Well, we are at Monroe City High School. To stop and think where we're at. Marion Everhart, Gordon Sanders with you here on this. What night is it, Gordon? I've already lost track of what night it is.
I think it's a Friday again.
It's a Friday again. Okay, just checking. Want to make sure we were where we were supposed to be here this evening. We've got quite a matchup for you. The Van Far Indians, they're going to be taking on the Louisiana Bulldogs. We're going to break down how both teams got here as we begin the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show next here on Eagle 102.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local health. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Show off your school pride today with the Bulldog debit card from Bank of Louisiana. Every time you use your Bulldog debit card, Bank of Louisiana will make a donation to the Louisiana School District. Stop by the bank today and get your new Bulldog debit card so you can start supporting the teachers and students with every swipe. The Bulldog debit card from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire with the Pike County Health Department. With community transmission cases increasing in Pike County, it's becoming more difficult for healthcare providers to contact positive cases the same day these results are received. The state of Missouri has mandated that we prioritize first the investigations for school exposures, individuals 65 years and older, and cases associated with long-term care facilities. Those that do not fall into those categories will likely experience a delay in initial contact. Therefore, we have made some changes with our calling procedures to help streamline and make our calls more efficient. It is critical that if you have received a positive result or know you have been exposed to someone with COVID-19, you need to begin a 14-day quarantine starting from when your symptoms began or the last day of exposure to the positive case. Your patience awaiting your initial call from our office is very much appreciated. Visit our dedicated COVID page on our website, pikecountyhealth.org, for more information.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
It is Monroe City early, I guess we could call it a championship night. The third place games are being played tonight over in the middle school gym. They are playing the consolation games. Tonight we have the third place matchup here as number 3 Van Far will take on number 4 Louisiana, and they got here. Well, Louisiana started way back on Monday night where they got the win over number 5 Paris, 73-51. Van Far on Tuesday night beat South Shelby. It was a close one, 52-50. And then in semifinals on Wednesday night, Louisiana ran up against a really tough, the number 1 seed Monroe City Panthers. Fell in that game at 66-31. And then last night, Van Far ran into a tough wall called Palmyra, where they got the loss by 50. So that's how the two ended up here this evening in this third place matchup. And Gordon, it's an early EMO conference game. Number 1, doesn't mean anything in the EMO conference, but it's going to give both these teams something to look at and think about for when they do meet each other in the EMO conference.
That experience, getting to play against each other before it technically counts for conference standings, is always a plus.
It is always a plus. The Bulldogs come into tonight. I believe they are 1-1 on the season. The Indians are 1-2. Looking at some of their top scorers for the Louisiana Bulldogs, Mason Washington, again, they've played 2 games, but he's averaging 20 points a game. He's also pulling down 6 rebounds and shooting 50% from the free throw line. Jack Logan, who they didn't have the other night, I understand, is averaging 12 points a game with 5 rebounds. And then Ryan Capps, their big guy down low, is averaging right about 9.5 points per game. That is for the Bulldogs. For the Van Far Indians, of course, they graduated. We talked about this off air in depth this week, Gordon. The Van Far Indians, they graduated some really big names, but they have some that came back, including Latrell Wright. Now, he has only played in 1 game. Latrell has, but in that game, he put up 23 points and 11 rebounds. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's a senior, 5'9" for Van Far, and obviously when that's the kind of showing you make, you're expected to be a factor moving forward.
Also stepping up big for them is Nicos Conaway. Maybe have something to do with Coach Conaway. Maybe his son. He's a freshman, has stepped on the court. He's putting up 14.5 points per game. And then Damian Long, another freshman, is knocking down 12.5 points per game. So we'll see how they come into play here in this matchup.
Always a shocker when you have a coach's child who contributes significantly on the court, right?
Yeah, we did talk about, free throws, that they're pretty key, and, most coaches' kids should definitely know how to shoot free throws. But this game, for the most part, I think is going to be pretty evenly matched. Louisiana, they didn't graduate a ton of starters last year. They've basically had the same core group for the last 3 years, or this is their third year with it. So I think we're going to see something pretty similar to what we've seen over the years. One of the kids I'm going to keep an eye on this season, because he came off the bench last year to really help out the Bulldogs, is Wyatt Harrison. And I said he kind of reminds you of like one of those little gnats that kind of pest you. They get right there in your face and they don't leave you, and that was big. But some of these freshmen for the Van Far Indians, I'm anxious to see how they are on the court as well.
Louisiana, not a team you're going to be able to really keep calling a young team. You were able to say that at one point. Now you've got several juniors who are in the lineup. As you mentioned, no seniors actually on the team this year, so this squad's going to get an awful lot of experience playing together and knows that they're going to get to build on that next year, which is cool.
That's going to take care of the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show. We'll have your keys to the game from Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate next here on Eagle 102.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Bowling Green Insurance is here to serve all your insurance needs. Bowling Green Insurance offers companies to cover your farm, home, auto, and crop needs. Call Fred or Jackie today to get a customized quote that will fit you and your budget. Bowling Green Insurance is an independent insurance agency. That means they can offer several companies to fit you. Give Bowling Green Insurance a call today to get a quote. 573-324-5762 or 573-324-CROP.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Well, Gordon, I think it's pretty safe to assume that keys to the game tonight are pretty simple. You're going to have to stay out of foul trouble. That's always a plus, especially for some of these key players who, they need them to be on the court. So you got to stay out of foul trouble. Got to take care of the basketball. What else you got?
Well, free throw shooting, obviously.
I was trying to let you contribute something. I didn't want to hog all the time.
Aside from all of the obvious, it's early in the season. And, the keys to the game continue to evolve as you move through the season. Earlier in the season, it's about who's going to come together the quickest as a team, that communication, being able to implement changes that the coaches have put in place and identified. Both coaches have been doing this for a little while, so they have a game plan. They know, obviously, the pedigree already associated with Van Far. Brett Redding, hands down the most experienced
he may be the
head coach in the area.
He might be the most overqualified assistant coach I've ever seen out there. But, we talked to Pat Conaway about that, I think, on the state run, and he said, people don't understand how lucky I am to have someone like Brett who doesn't necessarily desire the head coaching position because he likes developing the kids and working with the kids, and so that's what he's most excited about. So he's happy to stay in there, take that assistant coach position, work with the kids, and extend his knowledge because he was a great player in his own right.
He loves his role, and that is all about chemistry, and that's what teams are looking to develop early in the season. Very often the ones that get off to the best start are the ones who either have chemistry they're just building upon or find that stride early in the season, and then from there, that's where we're looking at Louisiana, a club that's returning an awful lot of players, even though they lost a few. Van Far lost a few too. So which one finds that stride the quickest?
And I would say, Gordon, this year especially more than anything, and I don't know that's necessarily a key to the game, but it's an important aspect of the game for these players. Go out there and have some fun. You don't know when this season is going to end. You don't know how long it's going to last. You don't know how, Van Far girls, they were set to participate over here at the Monroe City Tournament. COVID hit, they had to enter quarantine, and so they're not here. I think maybe another player or two for the Indians boys team might not, or might be in the same situation. So you need to enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, that's going to be the changing dynamic there pretty much all season long. You never know at what point in time you're going to have to make an adjustment and or not going to get to play.
That's going to take care of your keys to the game. We have your starting lineups and opening tip next as you're listening to Monroe City Tournament Action on Eagle 102.
Hello, everyone. This is Mark Gooden from Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy. On behalf of the officers, directors, and staff, we would like to extend our holiday greetings. May the warmth and cheer of the holiday season keep you and your loved ones safe and healthy. We sincerely appreciate your business and look forward to serving you in the new year. Merry Christmas from Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown bank since 1887. Member FDIC.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego, power beyond belief.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
All right, we will start with the home team on the scoreboard tonight. That is the Louisiana Bulldogs. They're in their home white jerseys, cardinal red numbers, black trim. They are starting a 5'10 junior wearing number 1, Tremaine Chapman. A 6'3 junior wearing number 2, Mason Washington. A 5'7 sophomore wearing number 11, Wyatt Harrison. A 5'10 junior wearing number 13, Quincy Hutt. And a 6' junior wearing number 34, Ryan Capps. Gordon, can you do Van Far?
Van Far's starting lineups: number 3, Caden Caldwell, the 5'5 senior. Number 4, Damon Long, the 5'8 freshman. Hunter Scroggin, the 6' junior. And we'll round out the lineups with Nicos Conaway and Preston Burnett.
So Louisiana has the ball to start things. Wyatt Harrison comes up big. He actually tries to drain a three as we start things here in the first quarter. Louisiana moving from our left to right. Now with it is the Indians. On the near side, some man-to-man pressure from the Bulldogs. With it working around is Long. Long takes it all the way down the near block. His shot is got a little out of control, Gordon, and it went out of bounds. So it's a first turnover for the Indians.
Defense on that one by Quincy Hutt. Ball went out of bounds. Louisiana inbounding, bringing it up with no pressure.
Harrison brings it across the timeline. Swings it over to the far side to Tremaine Chapman. Down low to Capps. Capps shots up and good. And the Bulldogs get on the board first tonight, 2-0.
Louisiana full court pressure.
So the ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Indians. So inbounding it's going to be Burnett, Preston Burnett. Wears number 33 on his back. Those are road black jerseys with the gold numbers, and it's an outline. So the black numbers with the gold outline for the numbers. Long controls the basketball again, swings over to the far side. Back up top with it to Burnett. Burnett works around between the circles. Dishes it off to Conaway. Long shot on the way. It's up. It's no good. With the rebound is Chapman. Chapman quickly pushes it back the other direction. Dishes it off. Tries to feed it down low to Capps. Ball's loose. Coming away with it are the Dogs. Washington looks to feed inside and is going to be, I think we have a foul.
Foul called away from the ball going against Van Far.
That's going to, I could have swore they're going to call it on Conaway. His first, team's first. Ball gets into Washington. He works, kicks it out to Hutt. Hutt brings it back near side to Harrison. Harrison wants the three. It's no good. It's Caps going high for the rebound. He takes bucket up and good. Count the bucket and the foul as Ryan Caps will head back to the charity stripe, or head to the charity stripe for the first time. So with the basketball, picking up the foul, I believe was...
Foul's going to go against Hunter Scroggin.
His first, team's first. Caps' first free throw shot is off the mark. Still remains a 4-0 game. Van Far with the rebound now is coming in, and it looks like Washington's going to pick up a foul as he tried to knock the ball away. And so Van Far will have to inbound again. With the basketball, with it holding it high is Burnett. Full court pressure again from the Bulldogs. Bring it up into the front court to Conaway. Conaway works it around to the elbow into the paint, tries to shoot over the defense. It's no good. Gets his own rebound. Now he's going to go to the free throw line. He's going to get to shoot two. Nicos Conaway will head to the charity stripe, I believe, courtesy of Wyatt Harrison, his first, team's first.
Van Far looking for their first points of the ball game. 4-0 our score, 6:25 to go, just underway from the Monroe City tournament.
Free throw shot rims in and out. What were we talking about, coaches' kids and shooting free throws?
They only miss them after you've talked about it.
Well, sometimes that reverses that jinx that I accidentally put on them. So Conaway at the free throw line, second free throw shot on the way, and it's money. So see, there we go. It worked in that favor again. So here come the Bulldogs. It's a 4-1 game. With it is Harrison. Harrison, again, man-to-man defense, works against the trap, takes it with the left hand, tries to feed it inside, and there's another turnover, or the first turnover for the Bulldogs. All the way down in the far corner with it is, that wasn't Conaway. Now Conaway has it. He eyes the three. Instead, dishes it back up top to Burnett. Burnett holds the ball high, and there's a steal by Washington. Washington takes it to the other end. However, it's going to be a foul on Kenny McCormick, who's checked in. Excuse me, no, that was Damon Long. Wrong team.
Damon Long picks up the foul. It's his first and the third for the Van Far Indians, and that's going to send Washington to the free throw line. Mason Washington is the 6'3" junior.
For the Bulldogs, he's going to get two. 6 minutes to go here in the basketball game. First one's up and good. See if he can make it a 5-point game. Be the largest lead of the night for the Bulldogs. He dribbles the basketball. Left-handed shots up and good, and he does. Nails both of those. 6-1 is our score here with just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. With the basketball is Long. Long hands it off to Conaway. Back to Long, right in front of us in the middle of Louisiana's bench. Dribbles with the left hand, takes it to the block. Shots up and good. Long gets on the boards tonight. Makes it a 6-3 basketball game.
Bulldogs letting Harrison bring it across half court. No pressure from Van Far.
So Harrison works up top. He's working against Caldwell. Hands it off to Chapman. Now to Washington over on the far wing. Picks up his dribble back to, hands it back to Harrison, and Conaway is going to pick up his second foul. So you'd think that team's fourth as well. So there comes the substitution in. Coming in is going to be Braden Lay, but he's not coming in for Conaway. He's coming in for Caldwell.
Caldwell takes a seat. Lay, the 5'6" freshman, wears number 22, checking into the game for the Indians.
So Louisiana actually has the height advantage this evening against Van Far. So Harrison takes it down to the far block. He takes it up. It rims in and out. No good. Ball's loose. Chasing it down is Long. Long's going to take it in. He'll take it all the way in over top of Hutt. Shots up and good. Give Long 2 more on the night. And it's a 1-point game. 6-5 is our score. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Harrison, bounce pass near side to Washington. Looks down low to Caps. Caps takes it off the glass. His shot's up and good. Another 2 points for Ryan Caps. Give him 6, and it makes it an 8-5 game.
Loose ball. Louisiana comes away with it. Chapman quickly into the paint. Off the glass and good.
So that quickly made it up to 10. So 10-5 game at 5 points, being the largest lead of the night for the Bulldogs. And Conaway with it now, looking for some help, picks up his dribble, goes over to the far side to Burnett, but he's going to be fouled by Chapman.
Jermaine Chapman will be picking up his first foul, third team foul for the Louisiana Bulldogs.
So inbounding on the far wing, over there is Lay. Lay brings it in to Conaway. Conaway to Scroggin. Scroggin over on the far wing, looks, needs some help. Back up to Lay, to Long. Right in front of us with Conaway Burnett has at the elbow. His shot's, or he loses a handle, but they feed it back to Conaway, and his three is good. So Conaway makes it back to a 2-point game with 4 minutes to go here in. And there's a back-to-back three as Chapman drains a three. So Chapman extends that lead once again, 13-8. Shot on the way, it's up, it's no good. Conaway with the rebound and fade away, it's no good. Coming away with it now is Conaway again. He takes it back, his shot's no good, and finally coming away with the basket. Oh, the ball's loose again, it's rolling around, and all of a sudden goes out of bounds. Gordon, that was kind of sort of a mess, I'm not going to lie to you.
Last touch by the Van Far Indians. Louisiana's got substitutions coming into the game. Perkins and Logan in for the Louisiana Bulldogs. Harrison and Hutt taking a seat. 13-8 our score with 3:41 to go in the first quarter of play from Monroe City.
Perkins taps his chest as he calls out the play, brings it to Logan over on the near wing. He's right in the middle of Louisiana's bench, up top with it to Washington. Washington hits the three, hits the front of the rim on his three attempt. Conaway with the rebound, too long. Long back to Conaway over the far wing. Staying with the basketball, needing some help there. They finally feed it down the far wing to Conaway. Scroggin goes up, and his bucket's no good, but he's going to go to the charity stripe, and he's going to get a chance to shoot two.
Louisiana picking up their fourth team foul.
Gadsden's who came on to the court, but I couldn't see number 20 over there.
Ryan Capps picks up the foul. He leads all scorers with 6 points in the game.
Free throw shots up and no good. He will get a second. You know, I kind of for a moment was like, you're not writing down any stats. How do you know all that? And then you look up at the board and you're seeing them because they're keeping the stats for you. That's just not fair. Second free throw shot is up and good by Scroggins. Makes it a 14-8 game. Or excuse me, 13-8 because I gave it to the wrong team. Washington over in the far corner. Long three on the way, and it's money by Chapman again. That's his second three of the night. Extends that lead by 7. We've got another foul. It's going to be on the floor. 16-9 is our score.
Gage Gibson was driving to the hoop that time when he was fouled. Not a shooting foul. Van Far will be inbounding the ball. The trigger man will be long below the basket.
So Perkins picks up. Is that Perkins that picked up the foul?
Scroggins headed towards the bench, checking into the game for the Van Far Indians.
Long to inbound it now. Finally finds Conaway looking for another three. Ball's loose on the court. Coming away with it is Washington to Logan. Logan moving up the court with some purpose. Kicks it out to Chapman. He wants another three. It's off the mark. Chasing down the rebound is Lay. That is
McCurdy into the ball game for the Van Far Indians. McCurdy's the one who came in for Scroggin.
McCurdy.
16-9 the score, 2:37 to go in the first quarter of play.
Perkins with the basketball again for the Dogs. Bringing it across the timeline. Still man-to-man defense from the Indians. He stands in the Tiger, gets it to Logan. Logan stops, pops for two. Shots off the rim. It's no good. Coming away with the rebounds, one of the shortest guys on the court, and that's Conaway. Conaway walks it across the timeline. He's going to hand it off to Lay. Lay over the far side to Gibson. Gibson back to Long. Still Gibson with it between the circles. 20s are working against each other, and ball's loose. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Van Far.
A little bit of contact, no call, out of bounds. Last touch by Conaway. Defensive pressure that time from Tremaine Chapman, who's checking out of the game as Quincy Hutt comes back in.
That's a third turnover this quarter for the Indians. Perkins with it again for the Bulldogs. He's picked up by Gibson as he crosses the timeline. This half-court man-to-man defense, dribbles with the right hand, dishes it off to Washington. Washington back up top to Logan. Logan eyes the three. Off the front of the rim, it's no good. Hutt goes tall for the rebound. Loses the handle, reels it back in. Now Logan has it, and he's going to be fouled.
Foul's going to go against Long for the Van Far Indians.
Be his second, team's fifth. 16-9 is our score. 1:47 to go here in this first quarter. Burnett checking back in the basketball game. Going to give a limping Braden Lay a little bit of a breather. Wyatt Harrison also set to check back in the game. He's going to relieve Caps.
In 16-9, Louisiana leads Van Far. Third place game from the Monroe City tournament. 1:47 to go in the first quarter.
Hutt inbounds basketball on the sideline, hands it into Logan. Logan dribbles with his left, stops, long three, and it rims in and out, no good. McCurdy with the rebound. He kicks it to Long. Long brings it across the timeline, waves it off. He's going straight in the paint. Up and over. It's no good. With the rebound is Washington. Washington throws it up to Perkins. Perkins takes it to the hole, and it's good.
Nice finish by Perkins. Nice pass that time by Washington. We've got a timeout, Van Far. 1:23 to go in the first quarter. 18-9, Louisiana leads Van Far. You're listening to Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM Radio.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pike County Mutual Insurance, Browns Processing, and Bank of Louisiana.
Well, the Louisiana Bulldogs have doubled up the Van Far Indians 18-9 with 1:18 to go here in the first quarter. Burnett has it now for the Indians, brings it near side to Conaway. Conaway looks inside, back up top to Long. Long into the paint. He tries to shoot over the trees. It's no good, and we're going to have a foul on Hutt, as they're going to say he touched him as he tried to swipe the basketball away on that rebound. It'll be Hutt's first, team's sixth, I believe.
I think you're correct. 18-9 is the score with about a minute left in the first quarter of play. Louisiana leads Van Far. Long inbounding the ball.
So Scroggins returns to the court for McCurdy. Inbounding the ball, as you mentioned, is going to be Long. Far along the baseline on the far side of the paint. He looks, needs it, throws it up to Conaway. Conaway takes it in the paint, kicks it back out to Gibson. Gibson eyes the three, and it's money. Gage Gibson adds 3 to the score tonight for Van Far. Makes it an 18-12 game with under a minute to go. And we've got a charge.
Washington's going to pick up the foul. Going to go the other direction. Van Far will inbound. No more full court pressure at this time from Louisiana. 51.8 seconds on the clock. 18-12 is the score. Louisiana on top of Van Far. Third place action from Monroe City High School.
And that was Washington's second foul, team's 7th foul. So Van Far will be shooting free throws the rest of the half. Conaway gets it to Burnett, near side with it now to Long. Long right in front of us at the head of Louisiana's benches. We're on the stage behind the benches. Dishes it off to Conaway. Conaway maybe got an NBA step in there. Shot up. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Van Far.
So it'll be Louisiana ball. No pressure by the Van Far Indians. Washington and Caps both on the bench right now, which equalizes things a little bit size-wise.
Does it? Does it really? Because I'm looking out there, and I'm pretty sure, I guess it does. Jack Logan still stands pretty tall above some of them. But Scroggins is on the court along with number 14, Tyrese Cole, who has stepped on the court for the Indians. Harrison with the basketball.
Louisiana working the ball around. Harrison with it at the top of the key. 20 seconds left. Louisiana looking for the last shot.
As Jim Ross will tell you, sometimes that usually doesn't go as planned, so be careful how you're doing it. They get it in the hands of Chapman. His 3 balls on the way, and it's good, but we'll take that one as time is running out here in the first quarter. 21-12, down to 2. Long half-court shot is going to go out of bounds, and that is how the first quarter ends. The Bulldogs lead Van Far 21-12. We've got second quarter action coming your way next as you're listening to Monroe County Tournament action on Eagle 102.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. We've got something for everybody's budget. Everything from $1,000 all the way up to $35,000. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. If you're looking for a particular vehicle and you don't see it on the lot or the website, let me know, and I'll do my best to find it for you. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, we're ready to start the second quarter here from Monroe City, not Monroe County. You know, we did have Montgomery County tournament just last week.
You have a nice blend of counties and cities around the area.
You
21-12 is the score. Louisiana leads Van Far. Van Far with the ball.
Scroggins with it over on the far wing, guarded in by Hutt. Now up top with it to Burnett, hands it off to Long. Long on the near side to Conaway. Conaway looks inside, back up top to Caldwell, who's back in the game. Over on the far wing is Burnett to Long. Long fakes the three, now brings it back near side. Conaway finds a hole to the basket. He goes up and he's denied. And they're not going to let Tremaine Chapman do that this evening. That is going to be his second, team's eighth, and it's going to send Conaway to the free throw line again this half. He's been there once in the first quarter. He stands there for a 1-and-1 now, so that's the eighth team foul. They said it was on a shooting foul, so my bad. So he gets two.
Good defense by Chapman. Did pick up the foul on it, whether it was committed or not. Conaway's at the free throw line, missed the first. Still a 21-12 score. Chapman's taking a seat, Caps into the ball game. He's there with Harrison, Logan, Hutt, and Perkins.
So as Conaway stands at the charity stripe, spins the ball in his hands, shot up and on the way, and it's off the back of the rim, front of the rim, side of the rim, finally falls out, and chasing down the rebound is Van Far. Near side with it to Conaway. Conaway looks back to Caldwell. Caldwell swings it to Burnett over on the far wing. Looking inside to Scroggins, nothing there. Back to Caldwell now, tries to feed it to Conaway. Conaway saves it from going out of bounds, but right in the hands of Harrison. Harrison's going to have the ball knocked out of his hands from behind as a very speedy Caldwell caught up with him and hit it about the time he's going to pick it up and head to the glass. Harrison looks. Dishes it to Perkins. Perkins long three's on the way. It's off the mark. Harrison's there for the rebound. He's going to kick it out to Hutt. Hutt wants the three. It's a long one. It's off the mark. Logan tracks it down. Along the baseline in front of the cheerleaders. He's going to bring it back up top. Dishes it to Perkins. Back to Logan again. Now long three from the end of Van Far's bench is no good, and chasing it down is Long. Long looks like he's going to go the distance. Shots up and good.
Good finish that time by Long. 21-14 is our score as Van Far narrows the gap to 7.
Harrison again, and now they've gone to the Van Far Indians have gone to a 2-3 zone. Perkins with it over in the corner, into Caps in the short corner. He looks up, and it's taken away. Conaway takes it all the way down. He tries to shoot off the glass. It misses the mark. And we're headed back the other direction with the rebound from the Bulldogs. Harrison behind the back dribble. Swings it over to Perkins. Perkins eyes that three. It's off the rim. It's no good. Long brings down the rebound. Long crosses, switches hands on the dribbles. Now finds some space. Penetrates, takes it to the block. Goes to go up. He's going to be fouled. They're going to call the foul on the floor, but that's going to be the 9th team foul for Louisiana. And they're going to call it on Hutt. So Long will still get the 1-and-1.
Long finds himself at the free throw line. Louisiana still up by 7, 6:14 to go in the first half of play. Third place action from the Monroe City tournament.
So Long dribbles. He's got 6 already on the evening. Shot up and good. He'll get a second.
Trims the lead to 6.
So he stands again, takes a big breath at the free throw line, dribbles the ball around, spins it in his hand. Shot on the way. It's off the mark. With the rebound is Long. He follows it up, puts it back. It's up and good.
Quick hands by Long. It was Harrison with the rebound. Long stripped it from him, put it right back. Louisiana wants a timeout to talk about it. 21-17 is the score. Louisiana leads Van Far. You're listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102.
Hi, I'm Keith Oakes, Director of Physical Therapy.
I'm Eric Schaefer. I work in physiotherapy.
And I choose Pike County Memorial Hospital.
And I choose Pike County Memorial Hospital.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose to work at Pike County Memorial Hospital. Choose a hospital where you're more than just a patient. You're our friend, family member, and neighbor. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Insurance.
Gordon, this has kind of been the game that we expected. We've played a little over, not quite 2 minutes here in the second quarter, and Van Far's already gotten back in this basketball game. They lead it, the Bulldogs lead it 21-17, and the Dogs have the ball. Harrison between the circles, working around again, a 2-3 zone from the Indians. Perkins with it, he penetrates. Little running one-handed shots up and good. Perkins, 2 more on the night, extends that lead again by 6, 23-17. Back the other direction, Long has the basketball. He tries to fake it against Hutt. Now he puts the ball on the court and he carries it. Oh! Or they're going to call another foul on Hutt.
That's the third on Quincy Hutt.
And the 10th team foul. So Long's going to head to the charity stripe. He's going to get to shoot 2.
Getting ready to check into the ball game for Louisiana is Sheldon Sylvie. Got to imagine he will be coming in for Hutt.
So first free throw shot on the way is up. Off the rim, no good.
Both coaches at this point in the game will likely be stressing free throw shooting.
Yes, that's going to be a big topic of discussion, I assure you, in the locker room. So the second free throw shot is on the way from Long. Long, as we mentioned, is a freshman, a 5'8 freshman, wears number 4 on his back. Shots up and good. Makes it 23-18 here in the second quarter. Bulldogs lead this one. With the basketball is Harrison. Harrison works it around, finds Caps at the free throw line. This knocked away, another turnover by the Bulldogs. Coming back the other direction is Van Far. Burnett has it into the paint. His little one-handed floater's up and good, and he's going to pick up the charge.
Louisiana will get the ball back. They still have a 5-point lead. 5:21 to go in the first half of play. Sylvie on the court along with Harrison, Caps, Logan, and Perkins.
So Harrison will bring the ball up the court again for the Bulldogs. Dribbles kind of on the Monroe City emblem. Swings it to Perkins over on the far side. Back to Harrison on the near side. He fakes a 3. Back to Perkins again. Now between the circles. Perkins on the far wing gives a fake. Runs in there. Shot short. With the rebound, the little ball's going to be loose. It's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch in there by Sylvie.
It was a good hustle by Sylvie to get the rebound. It was knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Louisiana. Van Far ball. Louisiana with no pressure right now.
Conaway brings it across the timeline. He's still man-to-man defense as he's guarded by Harrison. Looks around, gets it to Burnett. Burnett between the circles, back to Conaway again. On the near side, on the far side to Caldwell. Caldwell guarded by Perkins. Dribbles around, finds Conaway between the circles, and we're going to have another offensive charge, and offensive foul, and they're going to call that against Hunter Scroggins. That'll be his second, team 7th.
Scroggins on the court along with Long, Conaway, Burnett, and Caldwell for the Van Far Indians.
So Harrison again brings it across the timeline. You got Conaway and Caldwell up top. Long, Scroggins, and Burnett down below on this 2-3 zone. Logan with it to Harrison, to Perkins. Perkins looks for the 3, nothing there. Harrison goes back out and gets it. They look inside, and it's taken away as Long has it. He goes all the way to the bucket. His shot's up. It's no good. Ball's loose. Sylvie with the rebound, and they're going to tie him up, except for they're going to foul him. And we should be walking to the other end for a 1-and-1.
Good hustle again. Good position on the glass by Sylvie.
And Scroggins picks up his 3rd ace team foul. We should be walking to the other end for a 1-and-1. It should be, I believe, Sylvie shooting.
4:15 on the clock. That's what we have left in the first half of play in the third place game at the 96th annual Monroe City basketball tournament. 23-18 is our score as Louisiana leads and Sylvie settles in at the line.
Braden Lay checks in the basketball game up for Scroggins. So it's a 1-and-1. Sylvie stands there. He spins the ball in his hand. Shots up. Off the back of the rim. It's no good. With the rebound is Van Far. Bring up near side to Conaway. He eyes a 3. It's off the back of the rim. It's no good, and it's Harrison with the rebound. His Caps about knocked him out of bounds. Harrison maintained his position. Swings it now to Logan over on the far side. Back to Harrison, top of the key. He fakes a 3. Back to Logan again. Logan gives a little stutter step. Now Harrison has it. He eyes a 3. It's off the mark. Logan comes back in. That was a nice grab in the air and was able to put it right back up.
It was a good follow by Logan. He couldn't get it to go. Resulted in a foul on the Bulldogs underneath.
And we're waiting. I think they're going to call it on Logan. Nope, they're going to call it on Caps. That is his second. And we're already into the bonus. So Damian Long headed back to the charity stripe. where he's 50% here this evening. 23-18, Louisiana leads Vanpar, 3:49 to go here in the first half. Don't forget, we've got your Cellular Sunlight Center halftime report coming up.
Logan leads all scorers in the game. Looks to add to that. Long, rather, leads all scorers in the game and looks to add to that total. Misses the front end of that trip to the line again.
Caps takes a seat. Entering the basketball game is Kenny McCormick, 5'7" sophomore. Where's number 4 for the Dogs? Second free throw shot, and this time it's short off the front of the rim, and it's Harrison with the rebound. And he has his pocket picked by Burnett. Burnett shots up and good. And all of a sudden, Gordon, it's a 3-point game.
23-20 is the score. Harrison bringing it across half court for the Bulldogs.
He looks for the screen from Perkins, swings it to Logan. Logan, long three. It's off the back of the rim, and we're going to have it over the back.
Over the back call going against Sylvie, which means Burnett's headed to the free throw line for the Vanpar Indians.
It'll be his first trip. He will get to shoot 2 as they're well past the 10-point or the 10-foul limit.
3:27 on the clock as this is slowed down dramatically as the fouls have picked up through the first half.
If you're just joining us, the Palmyra girls defeated Mark Twain in the girls' third-place game. First free throw shot is up and no good. And that was quite an interesting one that came down to the end.
Mark Twain actually had the lead with 2 minutes to go in the ball game, had a 1-point lead, then fell down by 6 in the next 50 seconds, and Palmyra went on to win.
So second free throw shot is good, and it's a 2-point game. Palmyra won that one by the score of 50-41.
Louisiana's gone cold outside the arc, and that's where an awful lot of their shots have come, just not their success from the floor early on.
So Logan with it now. He brings it back to the free throw line. He has that extra step in there. They're kind of letting him play the NBA style. They're getting a little out-rebounded tonight, and right now Louisiana has a little bit of the height on it, and they're going to say Vanpar carried the ball. But right now Louisiana has a little bit of the height advantage with Logan on the court. And Sylvie is a little bit taller too, but compared to everybody else, this is probably the most shorter than 6-foot players on the court at one time we've seen in quite a long time from our area teams. Harrison's three's up and good. Or did they give him 2?
I think he was just inside the arc on that one. 25-21 is the score, 4-point lead for Louisiana.
So with it on the near side is Long. Looks back up top with it to Gibson. Swings it far side to Burnett. In the far corner to Lay. Lay to Conaway. Down low to Gibson. Gibson from underneath the basket. He did a hook shot from underneath that basket. It gives him 2 more. Gibson that does. He gave him 5 on the night, and it's still a 2-point game. 25-23. Ball's loose. Harrison chases it into the backcourt. It was tipped back there, so he's able to bring it back into the front court. To Logan, far side, back to Harrison. Harrison's looking for Perkins in the paint. Now they find in the short corner is Sylvie. Sylvie shots up and good. Sylvie with 2 more. Back to a 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. 27-23, 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Over on the far wing with the basketball is Gibson. Gibson back up top to Conaway. Conaway into the paint. He loses a handle, kicks it to Long. Long wants a 3, and no foul called there as Logan gets the rebound.
Long slow getting up, still on the floor.
Perkins takes it to the hole. His shot's up and good.
Louisiana took advantage of the 5-4 numbers that time, got the easy bucket. 29-23 is the score with 1:41 on the clock.
So we're trying to figure out if a timeout was called or whether they were letting Long get up. A lot of people don't understand that even though a player goes down, they don't automatically stop the clock for that because a play is in progress.
I think, could be wrong, but if I understood what he was saying, he was down on the floor long enough that they stopped play, but that means he has to leave the court.
Or they had to take a timeout. Gibson with it over on the far wing. Back up top, and Jack Logan's going to pick up a foul, and they're going to call a little reaching in on him, and it's going to send Gibson to the – is it Gibson or Conaway?
Conaway to the free throw line.
Conaway to the free throw line.
29-23 the score with 1:33 on the clock, and
first free throw shot is up and good. Now, I've noticed something that we've talked about it in years past. We have a lot of left-handed shooters.
No, there are a few. Washington, who we haven't seen for a little while, is a lefty.
Second free throw shot is up and good as well. And I have it as 31-25 or 23.
That's 6 points now for Conaway.
Nope, there I go, put him on the wrong side again. 29-25. So I just screwed you up. It's a 4-point lead.
1:26 to go in the ball game. Louisiana inbounding. Triggerman's Harrison.
They get to Logan. Logan swings over the far side to Perkins. Perkins back up top to Logan again. Logan working it around. Over in the far corner, back up top to Harrison. Harrison takes it in the paint, and he's going to be fouled. So Harrison will head to the free throw line. He'll get the chance to shoot one. So 1-1.
Louisiana's in the bonus, one foul away from the double bonus, but just over a minute left to go in the second quarter of play. Van Far already in the double bonus.
I'm waiting for him to put the number up that fouled him because Van Far doesn't have a number 1. Or is it number 3, and that's his first? Free throw shot is up and good by Wyatt. Is that what they're saying? Number 3 has 1? Is that what they're saying? Not number 1 has 3?
Based on where the numbers show on the board, yeah, I guess that's what we're looking at. Harrison's shot is up. It's good. 31-25 is the score. A 6-point lead now for Louisiana with 1:10 to go.
Burnett with it, brings it near side to Caldwell. Caldwell right in front of us, dribbles back up, hands it off to Burnett. Burnett swings it to the far side to Gibson. Gibson working around against Perkins over on the far side. Now hands it to Burnett between the circles. Near side with it to Conaway. Conaway brings it down to Gibson again. They're kind of working around the arc as we're under a minute to go. Taking in Lay, and Lay's going to be fouled.
McCormick picking up the foul for Louisiana. That last foul, by the way, was the first on Caden Caldwell.
So it's going to send Lay to the free throw line. He's going to get to shoot 2. That's Braden.
45.4 seconds left in the first half of this game.
First free throw shot is up and good.
That makes it 31-26 and trims the lead back to 5.
One more, he can bring it into a 2-possession game. Dribbles the ball, hard spins. Shot up and on the way. Rims in and out, no good. They're going to call a lane violation. He's going to get a second one. Long coming back in the basketball game for Caldwell.
Still going with a little bit shorter lineup
Yep.
are the Van Far Indians.
Right now, Jack Logan is the tallest kid on the court. So Lay at the charity stripe. He spins. Shot up on the way. Off the front of the rim. It's no good. Ball's loose. Coming away with it is Conaway. Conaway, his shot's up. And his kind of goes down holding something. Wyatt Harrison stops and helps him up as Jack Logan takes it to the other end and dishes it off to Perkins. But Wyatt Harrison, I'm just going to have to give him a nice guy award because Louisiana would have had the numbers. It would have been 5-on-4 again, but he stopped and helped up Conaway.
Louisiana will be inbounding the ball. It was out of bounds, last touch by the Indians.
McCormick with it, top of the circle. Brings it near side to Perkins in the far or near corner to Harrison. Now the ball's on the court, and we're going to have a jump ball. 26 ticks to go, and I believe
Burnett wrapping up that time Perkins.
And the possession arrow favors Louisiana, so they will still keep it under their own basket on the near side along the baseline. Harrison looks, wants to get it in, tries to feed it into Perkins, and it's knocked away. Bringing it back is Long. Long goes up, tries to finger roll it in. It's no good. With the rebound is Harrison. Harrison has the numbers. He takes it in himself. Shots up and good.
Nice finish that time by Harrison. Good defense by McCormick to stop Long from converting on the other end.
So there's Long there now. Shots up and no good. And this time it's Logan with the basketball. He's going to go all the way up. His shot's up and it's no good. And that is how we end the half. Louisiana leads Van Far 33-26. We've got your Sailor and Satellite Center halftime report next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Sailor and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Pike County Mutual offers home auto discounts simply by placing your auto insurance through one of several auto companies that Pike County Farmers Mutual represent, and your home with Pike County Mutual. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, Buddy Bibb, or Kathy Gamm at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Come home, insure with Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green. You'll be glad you did.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing MercPK mobile banking with remote deposit capture. Any customer with online banking can now access your Mercantile bank accounts from any device, including your smartphone and tablet, everywhere you go. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, where they've been serving the Louisiana area for more than 100 years, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Well, at the half, the Louisiana Bulldogs lead the Van Far Indians by the score of 33-26. At the end of the first quarter, Louisiana had a little bit bigger lead at 21-12, and that was basically their largest lead of the night is at 9. And then Van Far has not led yet in this basketball game, but it's been quite a matchup.
Some of those three-pointers for the Louisiana Bulldogs that were falling in the first quarter did not fall in the second quarter. Louisiana still got the looks. They weren't able to convert there. Otherwise, they probably would have built on that lead. Both teams struggling a little bit as far as turnovers. Before we get too far removed from the first half of play, 2 solid possessions, 2 solid defensive stands. Kenny McCormick, the sophomore, the 5'7", the undersized sophomore, when Long has taken the ball to the hole. Both times, McCormick was the one who defensively made it tough for Long to convert there, and Van Far had an opportunity to close that gap, and with Long not being able to convert on McCormick's D, Louisiana sees a 6-point lead at the half instead of a 2-point lead.
Well, and should point out, too, that Louisiana's in some foul trouble. A good number of their players were sitting on the bench most of the second quarter, as Tremaine Chapman has 2, Mason Washington has 2, Quincy Hutt has 3, and Ryan Capps has 2.
Unofficially, 26 fouls in the first half of play.
Yeah, and so we're assuming that Coach Matt Smith was kind of holding them out for that first half and looking to try and save it so they can maybe play a little bit longer, not pick up those 3 fouls in the first half, because that doesn't do anybody good. On the other side, for Van Far, they're okay. Hunter Scroggins has 3. And Damian Long has 2. There's a couple of them with 1. Nicos Conaway picked up 2 in the first quarter, but he's basically kept his nose clean from here on out since then. So let's take a break on the Cellular Satellite Center halftime report. When we return, we will take a look at scoring for both teams as you're listening to the third place matchup from the Monroe City Tournament here on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, definitely not your typical 8 to 5, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Call Mike's Tire and Service Center and they'll be happy to work with you to get you back to operation as usual. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green. Mike's Tire and Service Center proudly supports all area farmers.
Daily life is a bit different right now than what we're used to. Some are feeling the effects more than others, but let's remember that this too shall pass and try to find ways to keep positive, help others in need, continue to support our businesses as best we can. But also take this time of distancing and shutdowns to self-reflect and improve. Spend quality time with family, exercise, pray, tackle a home improvement project, even if it's just a power cleaning inside and out. But do something that helps you feel empowered and moving forward. Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, praying for good to come out of trials.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, the Mercantile Bank, and Bowling Green Tractor.
We are at the Cellular Satellite Center halftime report right now. It is 33-26 in favor of the Louisiana Bulldogs. And let's take a look at some of the scoring here tonight. The leading scoring for the Van Far Indians is Damian Long. He has 10 points on the night. Nicos Conaway has 6. Gage Gibson with 5. And then sprinkling in Hunter Scroggins has a free throw along with Braden Lay. And also with the 3 on the night is Preston Burnett. We talked about before, Gordon, free throws. Van Far is 8 for 18 from the charity stripe.
Long, we have to remind ourselves he's a freshman. We'll remind you he's a freshman.
Yeah.
Have to remind ourselves he's a freshman because his play, he's not playing like one except for maybe, say, at the free throw line. I have to assume that that's going to continue to improve for him just because it looks like he's worked on so many other aspects of his game. So several of those points that have been left on the line for Van Far have been long, right?
Yeah, he's 2 for 6.
Okay.
So really not as many as you think. Now for Louisiana, leading scoring for them is Tremaine Chapman. He has 11. And then Wyatt Harrison and Nathan Perkins and Ryan Capps each have 6. Adding a field goal is Sylvie Sheldon. And Mason Washington has 2 as well.
The Louisiana Bulldogs lead 33-26 at the half. 2 minutes left on the clock here for us to tick off before play will resume. Louisiana looking to get some players back on the court who left early on due to foul trouble.
And we'll talk more about that as we wrap up the Cellular Satellite Center halftime report here on Eagle 102. Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hi, everybody. This is Paul Hill from Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy. On behalf of the officers, directors, and staff, we would like to extend our holiday greetings. May the warmth and cheer of the holiday season keep you and your loved ones safe and healthy. We sincerely appreciate your business and friendship and look forward to serving you in the new year. Merry Christmas from Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new, lower car insurance rates in Missouri, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Cindy Blaylock at an even better price. That's right, State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. I'm State Farm agent Cindy Blaylock, and I'm ready to help you save. Call me today at 573-754-5575 or visit us in Louisiana, just a block up from the river. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High School Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Perkins Electrical Service.
We are getting ready to start the third quarter. Marion Everhart, Gordon Sanders in with you this evening. Right now, Louisiana has the lead over Van Far 33-26, and that is a very loud buzzer. I mean, even with our headphones and stuff on, that is a very loud buzzer. It's going to be the Indians who have the ball. They are moving from our left to right. As the Bulldogs set up, we've got basically the same starting lineups for both teams. We'll pick it up as Conaway has it for the Indians. Brings it to the near side. He's guarded man-to-man by Chapman. working it up between the circles. He bounces out. They're going to reset this offense. Brings it to the near side as Damian Long's trying to get away from Hutt. Now Conaway hits the court but gets it back out to Burnett, and that is how they start this. Was Burnett is able to put up 2 points for the Indians. Back the other direction we come. It is Harrison again with the basketball for Louisiana. Working between the circles, looking for Washington at the elbow. Right back to Harrison again. He's looks, lobs it down to Chapman. Chapman's up, and it's no good. It rolls off the end, and this time Conaway stops and helps Chapman up. I don't know if these boys know that the Good Sportsmanship Award doesn't have to be all in one night, although it is nice to see. Conaway with it now. Man-to-man defense from the Bulldogs. Burnett works it with the right hand, takes in the paint, tries to skip it down low, but it's knocked into the hands of Caps. Comes back the other way. Chapman takes it up. His shot's up and good. Tremaine Chapman with 13 on the night. Makes it a 35-28 basketball game. Scroggins goes against Caps. It's short. It's Caps with the rebound. We're headed back the other direction. Chapman again with the ball. Takes it down at the block, and he's going to be fouled. And Damian Long is going to pick up his 3rd foul, first team foul of the half. It's going to send Chapman to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Foul's actually going against Conaway.
Oh, they changed it to no. They put up 4 just a minute ago. Changed their mind, huh? So 24. So Conaway picks up his 3rd. As Chapman is up there for 2. First one's on the way, and it's good. That is his first trip to the charity stripe.
Second half just underway, 6:42 still to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Chapman hits the free throw, makes it an 8-point ball game. Louisiana's up over Van Far in the 3rd place game, 36-28.
Second free throw shot is money as well. And working down the other direction is Conaway. Conaway dishes it off, and he's going to... you can tell we're kind of surrounded maybe by some fans who are unhappy with that call, as Ryan Caps is going to pick up the foul, I believe.
Caps might have got that one just because it looked wrong. Heading to the free throw line for the Van Far Indians is Caden Caldwell. Caldwell, the 5'5 senior. And again, we'll remind you, Ryan Caps is the 6-foot junior.
Yeah.
D lineman for the Louisiana Bulldogs.
First free throw shot is up and good for Van Far. Caldwell will get a second.
Caps is a very nice compliment to Washington down on the blocks.
Yes, he is. As Caldwell spins the ball in his hands, shots up on the way again, and it's also good. So I'm sure they talked about free throw shooting in the locker room, and it's back to a 7-point game, 37-30 here as Harrison dishes it to Hutt over on the far wing. Back to Harrison between the circles, still some man-to-man defense from the Indians. Washington up top to Hutt. Hutt looking near side to Harrison. Harrison pulls up from just inside the three-point line. It's no good. Ball's loose, comes down the hands of Chapman. Chapman looks down, finds Hutt underneath. He can't convert. With the rebound is Scroggins. Scroggins kicks it off to Conaway. Conaway now to Burnett, over far wing to Long. Long looks, works it with inside, and he's going to go up. Maybe got away with a little bit of a travel. It's no good. Scroggins there for the putback. It's still no good. Burnett comes away with it now for the Indians. Conaway fakes into the paint. His shot's up. It's off the mark. Chapman goes high. He pulls down the rebound. He looks for Washington. Washington right underneath, and he's able to lay it up and lay it in there. And we've got a timeout on the court. The Bulldogs want to talk to the players. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. It's a 9-point lead for Louisiana with 5:47 to go here in the third as you're listening to Monroe City Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, Young Enterprises Incorporated, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Coming out of the timeout, it is Van Far basketball as they work it, get it down low, and the shot's up. It's no good. With the rebound is the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs throw a long one up to Washington. Washington shots up and good. He has back-to-back buckets, and now Louisiana is starting to stretch their arms, or stretch their lead a little bit. They're up by 11. That's their largest lead of the night. Headed back the other direction. Scroggins with it now. Harrison kind of smacks it out of his hands.
Louisiana went into full court pressure. Long was able to break it. It went out of bounds, last touch by Louisiana. Long will be the trigger man now below the Van Far basket.
So with the basketball, they're trying to get it in. They need somebody. They finally throw it into the backcourt where Conaway tracks it down. Conaway brings it up. With the basketball over in the far corner is Caldwell. Caldwell between the circles to Burnett. Far wing with it to Long. Long looks, finds Scroggins. Scroggins now top of the key. Back near side with it to Caldwell. Caldwell to Long. Long dribbles on the near side. He backs up almost even with the beginning of Van Far's bench. And Chapman gets a steal, but Conaway steals it right back. Swings it to Burnett. Burnett's long three's on the way. It's off the mark. With the rebound is Van Far, but it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Indians.
Great hustle by a very active Ryan Capps below the basket. Van Far is calling the timeout. 4:48 to go in the third quarter of play. Louisiana leads 41-30. You're listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102.
Your 401k is likely one of your most important assets, but it's only one part of a comprehensive retirement strategy. Edward Jones can help you understand how your retirement assets fit into your entire retirement picture so you can work toward meeting your unique retirement goals. Contact me, Kayla Caldwell, your Edward Jones financial advisor, at 2604 Georgia Street in Louisiana. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Mike's Tire and Service Center, and All Parts.
We are still in a timeout, but the Bulldogs lead the Indians by the score of 41-30 here. 4:48 to go in the third. This is the third place matchup in Monroe City tournament. Well, they've got championship tomorrow night. Of course, we'll have a full recap of scores for you during Eagle 102 Sports, plus on the Eagle 102 scoreboard page at kjfmradio.com. It'll be Louisiana's basketball, as it looks like there's going to be a little bit of token pressure in the backcourt from the Indians as Conaway and Caldwell stand back there as Hutt will inbound to Harrison. So Harrison looking, still man-to-man defense. Harrison working against Caldwell. Little shuffle there behind the back, and he's in the front court between the circles. Caldwell looking to get the steal. Now Harrison runs right into Long. Brings it near side to Capps. Capps in the near corner to Washington. Washington working around, dishes it off to Harrison. Harrison with a shuffle, and he's going to go out of bounds, and he's going to picking up another foul. It's going to be Caldwell.
Caldwell picks up the foul for the Van Far Indians. That will be his second foul. 41-30 is the score with 4:27 to go in the third quarter of play. Louisiana will be inbounding the ball. The trigger man will be Harrison. Harrison's on the floor along with Capps, Washington, Hutt, and Chapman.
So Harrison's looking. He needs to get somebody, gets it to Washington. Washington works around there. There's going to be a jump ball.
Louisiana will inbound again. Caldwell on the floor along with Conaway, Burnett, Long. And into the ball game for the Van Far Indians is McCurdy again.
Chapman with his shots up and good. Tremaine Chapman gets another two for the Bulldogs, and it's up to the largest lead of the night at 13 points. And now make it again. That was Chapman again, right? Yep.
It was.
So it's a 15-point lead now for the Bulldogs. Chapman on the inbound steal. We get to Washington, and we're going to have a timeout. Quick 6 points up on the board for the Bulldogs. Van Far wants to talk about it. 47-30 our score. Louisiana leads Van Far as you're listening to high school basketball action on Eagle 102.
Support the Louisiana Bulldogs with the new Bulldog debit card from Bank of Louisiana. This card has all the benefits of a traditional debit card, but every time you use it to make a purchase, Bank of Louisiana will make a donation to the Louisiana School District. A convenient, secure way to pay, all while supporting your local school. Stop by Bank of Louisiana today to get your Bulldog debit card. Bank of Louisiana, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, Bowling Green Pharmacy, and Mid-America Auto and Towing.
4:04 to go here in the third quarter as Louisiana has come out on fire here in the second half. It was several quick buckets. They've put up they put up 14 points. Am I really reading that right? Is that correct? They went in with a 33-26 lead at the half. And halfway through the third quarter, they've added 14 points to the score, while Louisiana's added 4. Van Far has added 4. So Van Far will have the basketball on the inbound play. Full court pressure, man-to-man defense from Louisiana. Harrison trying to get a trap in on Long, and now here comes Washington from the back. Someone threw a shoe. Someone from the, and that is Harrison as Washington takes it to the other end. His shot's up and good.
Harrison's got his shoe back on. Conaway gets the ball across half court for the Indians. Quickly drives, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound being fought for. Long comes away with it. He puts up the shot and he's fouled.
He's going to go to the free throw line. He's been there a couple times. And I would tell you that the Indians are probably missing Latrell Wright, who has some height and athleticism for the Indians. I mentioned the one game that he was able to play in. He put up 23 points. That's Ryan Capps' 4th foul. First free throw shot's up and good. That is the 2nd team foul.
You're obviously going to miss a player whose contributions were what they were from him in that one game.
In that one game, yeah. So 49 to 31, second free throw shot, no good. Washington was kind of waiting for the ball to fall as he pulled down the rebound. Brings it back near side, dishes it off to Washington. Washington looks to Perkins, who came to the game for Caps. Perkins with it now on the near side. Working with it now on the near side is Harrison. Harrison looks to Washington. Washington wasn't expecting it. Ball's loose, and it's going to go in the backcourt and go out of bounds.
Going to be a turnover. Van Far Indians will have the ball. They'll be inbounding just inside half court. 49-31 is the score with 3:17 to go in the third quarter of play. Burnett, the trigger man.
Gets it into Conaway. He's picked up in the backcourt by Conaway. Working with the left hand over to Burnett on the far side. Right back to Conaway again, near corner to Gibson. Gibson's shot was partially tipped. Coming away with the basketball is Gibson. He feeds it to Long, and Long is going to be denied.
Perkins, good defense on Gibson. Then inside, Hutt looked like picked up the foul as he was defending Long. Long ended up on the floor, and he'll be shooting 2.
And that is his 4th foul, team's 3rd. As Long stands at the charity stripe again for 2. First free throw shot is off the mark. He will get a second. 49-31 our score, 3:02 to go in the third. Louisiana has led the entire game. Second free throw shot is also no good. Washington with the rebound, pulls it down, looks to throw it up to Chapman, but it's taken away by Gibson. And then we've got a foul, and they're going to call it on Chapman, I believe, by the expression from him.
That will be Chapman's 3rd foul of the ball game. He leads all scorers with 19 points.
4th team foul here in the half. Jack Logan checked in for Quincy Hutt. The Indians get it in the backcourt to Conaway. Conaway and Harrison running toe for toe. They get to Gibson, now to Burnett. Over on the far wing with it is Long. Long looks to make a dent in this, and this ball's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Washington. Down to 2:42 to go in the third. Long will inbound the basketball along the baseline on the far side. He's looking, trying to get some directions into Burnett. Burnett shoots over top of everybody, but it's Washington that comes away with the basketball. Loses the handle on it. He's going to get to Harrison. Harrison finally in control. Harrison working against Damon in the backcourt, Long in the backcourt. Works it, gets it across the timeline. He finds a path in the paint. His running one-handed shot's up and good. Harrison with his first 2 points here in the second half, and it's a 20-point lead, 51-31. The largest of the night for the Bulldogs. Taking it to the hole was
that was Lay that time, and he was fouled. So he'll be going to the free throw line.
51-31 is our score.
That foul is the 2nd foul on Perkins, Nathan Perkins, the 5'10 junior for the Louisiana Bulldogs.
So standing at the charity stripe is Braden Lay. First free throw shot on the way is up the front of the rim, and he'll get a second. So as you mentioned, that was Perkins' 2nd foul, 5th team foul for the Bulldogs. As Lay is back at the charity stripe. Spins the ball in his hand. Sets, shots up on the way, and it's no good. They're going to call a lane violation. So now Hunter Scroggins re-enters the basketball game. He's coming in for Burnett. Washington is going to get to Logan. Logan kind of waves everybody off. Looks like he's going to handle the ball himself, bring it to the front court near side to Harrison. Harrison looks inside to Washington. Washington has the height advantage. I tell you what, he's put up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 here in this third quarter and makes it a 53 31 basketball game. Long three from Long, and it's no good. Ball's loose. Working its way around now, ends up with Lay back to Conaway. To Long. Long working against Logan. Dribbles over on the far wing. Backs up. They're going to reset the offense. Long crossover dribble. Trying to find some room. Kicks it off to Gibson. Back up top to Lay. Lay to Long. Over on that far wing. He's holding the ball. The 5-second count has begun. Now Long takes it into the paint. He tries to shoot over top of everyone. They count the bucket and the foul.
53-33 is our score right now with 1:19 to go in the third quarter of play. Long going back to the free throw line for the Van Far Indians. The foul that time was the third on Nathan Perkins.
So looking for the and one. Shots on the way, off the mark. Mason Washington pulls down the rebound. Headed back the other direction. Wyatt throws it up. Harrison gives it to Chapman. Chapman takes it on in his paint and is stripped, and he's going to be fouled.
Lay will pick up the foul on the floor.
So Louisiana will inbound the ball.
And not going on Lay, going instead on Long, and that'll be his third. Louisiana inbounding. Harrison gets it into Washington. Washington off the glass. It's good for two.
So the Bulldogs just keep increasing their lead. Here makes it a 55-33 basketball game. As they work the way through and the ball's loose. Now it's kind of gotten a little sloppy here on the court. A turnover for the Indians. They get to Chapman. Chapman's all alone. His shot's up and good. Makes it 57-33.
Chapman now with 21 points in the game.
So Lay with it to Long. Long swings it in the near corner. Long shot from Gibson. It's off the mark. It's Lay there for the putback, and it's good. So back the other direction we go. Long three on the way. No good. Put back for Logan is good. So Logan contributing now down to Scroggin. That's going to go out of bounds. And we're finally going to get a little break here in some of this action.
14 seconds left in the third quarter. 59-35 is the score. Louisiana leads Van Far. Long inbounding for the Indians below his basket.
They get it into Conaway. Conaway back up top between the circles to Gibson. Right back to Conaway, who's going to dribble it in to the decal for Monroe City. Loses the handle on the ball. Goes out of bounds. I'm going to say last touch by Harrison.
Quick hands by Harrison, but he was the last one to touch it. Van Far will inbound the ball, and it's Gibson triggering.
Ball's taken away. And a long shot at the buzzer here. It's no good, but now it is.
59-35 is the score as we head to the fourth quarter of play. The Louisiana Bulldogs leading the Van Far Indians in the third place game at the Monroe City Tournament. You're listening to area high school basketball action on Eagle 102.
This is Tracy Brookshire with the Pike County Health Department. With community transmission cases increasing in Pike County, it's becoming more difficult for healthcare providers to contact positive cases the same day these results are received. The state of Missouri has mandated that we prioritize first the investigations for school exposures, individuals 65 years and older, and cases associated with long-term care facilities. Those that do not fall into those categories will likely experience a delay in initial contact. Therefore, we have made some changes with our calling procedures to help streamline and make our calls more efficient. It is critical that if you have received a positive result or know you have been exposed to someone with COVID-19, you need to begin a 14-day quarantine starting from when your symptoms began or the last day of exposure to the positive case. Your patience awaiting your initial call from our office is very much appreciated. Visit our dedicated COVID page on our website, PikeCountyHealth.org, for more information.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, we are starting the final quarter of action here in this one from Monroe City. It'll be Van Far's basketball. Right now the Bulldogs lead Van Far by the score of 59-35. 22 points is the biggest lead for the Bulldogs this evening. Van Far has never led in this one. They get it into Conaway in the backcourt. Conaway still guarding this man-to-man defense by Harrison. In the near corner to Gibson. Back up to Lay. They're swinging it around the arc. Ends up in the hands of Conaway again. Back to Long. Long to Gibson. Gibson working against Perkins. Conaway over far wing. Once again to Lay. To Conaway. They're kind of taking their time, letting their offense move. They've spread things out a little bit to try and give them a little additional movement underneath there to try to open something up. Long has it again. And very good defense from the Bulldogs. Nobody's picking up fouls. They're being patient as well. Conaway about loses the handle, gets it back into the hands of Lay. Lay steps to the free throw line, kicks it back out to Gibson. Gibson loses his handle. Now in some trouble. They find that was Lay, but it is denied in there by Washington. He dishes it to Chapman, and it's another 2 points on the board for Chapman. It's a 61-35 basketball game. Conaway once again at the basketball in the near corner with it is Gibson back. They swing it around the arc again. Long takes it in the paint. Tries to go amongst the trees. His shot's up. It's no good. With the rebound is Chapman. Chapman looks. He tosses it to Logan. Logan's all alone underneath the basket, and Jack, it's going to happen. It's just going to happen until he graduates. I apologize.
Nice pass by Chapman. Chapman held the ball for an extra moment to give Logan a clear lane.
So they get it into Scroggin. Scroggin on the wing. He's guarded in there by Washington. Back up top, swings it around to Long over on the far side to Conaway. Conaway to Gibson. Gibson tries to split the defenders, loses a handle on the basketball, but gets it back, shots up, and Logan comes away with it. Logan looks, and he tries to avoid Long, kicks it to Chapman. Chapman goes cross court to Washington. It's too high.
Just a little too high for the 6'3" Washington to collar that time out of bounds off of Washington's outstretched fingertips. Van Far will inbound the ball, trailing 63-35 with 6 minutes to go in this ballgame.
With it is Conaway. Conaway picked up by Harrison again. The two have been going at it, battling back and forth since the first. As Conaway, fadeaway jumper from the block extended, shot's no good. Follows the shot, gets his own rebound, kicks it over to Lay. Now it's tipped away, ends up in the hands of Perkins. Perkins tries to feed it to Chapman again out of his reach.
Just a little bit too much on that pass for Chapman from Perkins.
So Conaway again with the basketball. Works it, bounce pass in the near corner to Gibson. Gibson working against Perkins, still man-to-man defense. He's looking to try and get something into Scroggins, but there's no room. Picks up his dribble and some trouble, and now Perkins tries to get a hold of it, and they comes into contact, and it's another turnover for the Indians. As Washington has a hold of the basketball. Now he's going to take it all the way in, dishes it off to Chapman. Chapman shots up and good. And the numbers just keep piling on. It's a 30-point lead, 65-35.
25 points for Chapman, who's looking to add to those on this trip up. Logan has his shot blocked.
And Long comes away with it. He takes it all the way in himself. He lowers his head and bears it right into, I believe, Perkins' chest. We'll see if they hit that foul on Perkins. That is exactly who they hit it with, and that is his fourth, team seventh. And that means Long is headed back to the charity stripe. 4-2 here.
Harrison on the floor along with Perkins and Logan, Chapman, and Washington.
So we kind of have a big line change going on here. We'll try to pick them all up as McCormick and Sylvie return for the Bulldogs. For Van Far, Cole is on there, Burnett, along with McCurdy, and then I saw someone new come in. We'll pick him up in just a minute. Second free throw shot is no good as well.
McCurdy's in the ballgame along with Carter Jennings. Long is still in. Also in the ballgame is Tyrese
three,
Cole.
It's no good. With the rebound
and Burnett. So Burnett, Long, Cole, Jennings.
And we got a timeout from the Indians. We'll take a timeout as well. 3:56 to go here in the basketball game. Louisiana leads Van Far by 30, 65-35 as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief. Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Family Drug, and Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice.
Out of the timeout, again, Louisiana leads Van Far 65-35. It's going to be Van Far's basketball. Jennings, I believe that is, to inbound the basketball. Gets it into Caldwell. Caldwell being guarded against by Chapman, moves around between the circles, picks up his dribble, finds Jennings over on the far wing. Jennings looks as he's working against Perkins, back up top with it to Burnett. Burnett tries to split the defense, and it looks like McCormick's going to pick up his second foul.
Kenny McCormick, the sophomore for Louisiana, picking up the foul. 3:36.
Should be a 1-and-1.
As the clock is rolling, 65-35 is the score. Third place action from the Monroe City tournament. Hutt coming into the game. Chapman getting a nice hand as he takes a seat. Chapman is leading all scorers, last saw with 25 points.
Yeah. So free throw shot up on the way. It's off the mark. Logan with the rebound. Logan controlling the basketball for the Dogs. Brings it across the timeline. Long three on the way. It's off the back of the rim. With the rebound is Burnett. Burnett swings it far side to Jennings. Jennings wants a three. It's off the rim. Logan with the rebound. Slow things down just a little bit. So he crosses the timeline. Under 3 to go here in the ball game. McCormick with it on the near side. Back to Logan over on the far wing. To McCormick. To Logan. Little pitch and catch up top. Now Logan goes in. He has the ball stripped. And we're headed back to the Indians as Jennings waits for Burnett, hands it off to Burnett, and we're down to 2:30 to go in the game. Burnett looks, brings it near side to Caldwell. Back to Cole. Jennings with it over on the far wing, being guarded by Perkins. Back up top again to Caldwell. He tries to find something there. He shots up. Jennings with the rebound. Caldwell all alone underneath the basket. He gets 2 more and makes it a 65-37 lead for the Bulldogs. Sylvie with it. Takes it all the way in. His shot's up. It's off the mark. Jennings with the rebound. Kicks it to Burnett. Burnett between the circles. Near side to Caldwell. Caldwell fakes a 3. Now back up with it to Burnett. Swings it to Cole over to Jennings over on the far wing. Jennings looks. Nothing there. Waits for Caldwell. Gets the screen. Sets this long, high 3. Almost banks it in there. Jennings with the rebound. His putback is up and no good. And coming away with it is the Bulldogs. Logan again over on the far side. Back to McCormick. We're down to 1.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
That was good D again by the much smaller McCormick.
And Perkins goes up and he's going to be fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. He'll get to shoot 2 as the clock stops. Picking up the foul is Cole, his first, team's third.
65-37 the score with 1:20 on the clock, and Nathan Perkins of the Louisiana Bulldogs at the free throw line.
First free throw shot is up and no good. I like how Perkins is bringing back the headband for the long curly hair. We've seen the headband a few other times, but he has the long curly hair to go with it. Second free throw shot on the way as well. It's no good. Hutt pulls down the rebound. Loses the handle on it, goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs, back to the Indians with 1:18 to go in this basketball game.
Errant pass was intended for Sylvie that time, went out of bounds. Van Far and Burnett bringing it up.
Now we know that Coach Conaway has pulled out a few tricks, but it looks like with about a minute to go into the game, Louisiana Bulldogs are going to get their first piece of hardware on the season as they're claiming third place here this evening. Turnover by Van Far brings it back to the Indians. Logan dishes it off to Hutt. Hutt takes it up off the glass. Quincy Hutt with his first 2 points of the night. And it's a 67-37 game right now as Burnett gets it to Caldwell. Back up top with it to McCurdy. McCurdy bounce pass to Jennings. Jennings works up top. Under a minute to go. We're at 40 ticks. To Burnett again. Burnett crossover into the paint. His shot's going to be denied, but Logan's going to pick up the foul.
Clock's still running since it's a 30-point ball game, so this one will end not long from now. 67-37 is the score with Burnett at the free throw line, 22 seconds and rolling.
My guess is this is probably pretty close to the end unless something quick happens. First free throw shot's up and good, and that's going to do it because it stopped the clock.
67-38. Clock is stopped with 15.6 seconds on it.
Second free throw is off the mark. With the rebound, though, is Cole, and now Cole's going to be fouled.
Cole's fouled by Hutt. Should be number 5.
No, they're calling it against. They're saying stepped out of bounds.
Okay.
So with 10 seconds to go, McCormick takes his time walking across the timeline. And Caldwell still very, very anxious there, and they're going to stand there, and this is how this game is going to end. Louisiana gets the win over Van Far by the score of 67-38. We've got your Abel's postgame show next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up, brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Bowling Green Insurance is here to serve all your insurance needs. Bowling Green Insurance offers companies to cover your farm, home, auto, and crop needs. Call Fred or Jackie today to get a customized quote that will fit you and your budget. Bowling Green Insurance is an independent insurance agency. That means they can offer several companies to fit you. Give Bowling Green Insurance a call today to get a quote. 573-324-5762 or 573-324-CROP.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity and lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
And now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM. Sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Well, Gordon, this was probably not exactly what everybody had in mind this evening, because I'm pretty sure that the Van Fort Indians were missing some players tonight, but Louisiana came out and flexed their muscle a little bit, and they picked up a big win here and some hardware as they defeated Van Fort by the score of 67-38.
Louisiana's only seen lopsided games so far this season.
They have.
So two wins on the year. Both of those were big ones, one loss. That one was also a big one to Monroe City, who was going to be playing for the championship of their own tournament and be a heavy favorite, going into that game tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the scoring. Leading all scorers tonight, leading for the Indians was Damian Long. He had 10 points in the first half. They held him to just 4 in the second half, so he ended the night with 14 points. Nicos Conaway and Preston Burnett each had 6. Gage Gibson with 5. Caden Caldwell along with Braden Lay each had 3, and adding a free throw on the night was Hunter Scroggins. We talked about before, this was a very young Van Far team.
And undersized most of the night as well. They were playing with a smaller lineup through a good portion of the evening.
They were 12 of 31 from the charity stripe this evening. For Louisiana, their leading scorer tonight, and he came off the bench. He had 11 in the first half. He ended his night with 25. Tremaine Chapman, he had 25 on the night. And then Mason Washington was held to just a pair of free throws in the first. Actually, he was held to 2 free throws in the first half. He came in and put up 12 points in the second half, all in the third quarter. He had 14 points on the night. Wyatt Harrison had 8. Nathan Perkins was 6, along with Ryan Capps, who ended up seeing the bench early because he got in some foul trouble. Jack Logan had 4, and then Quincy Hutt and Sylvie Sheldon had 2 on the night. They were pretty good from the free throw line. They actually ended up 6 for 8 from the charity stripe.
Louisiana Bulldogs did what they had to do to win, stretch the lead. It was a close ball game in the second quarter of play, but there were an awful lot of Louisiana starters out during that stretch with foul trouble. The full court press was one of the keys for Louisiana through the course of the game.
Well, and when you put Mason Washington, Tremaine Chapman, and a few of those others back on the court, was quite a bit of a height difference too as well. The Louisiana definitely had the height advantage, which made getting some of those big rebounds, those key rebounds, a little bit easier for Louisiana. But I think we're going to see a different Van Far squad as we head through the rest of the season. Now, I tell you what, for several freshmen on the court, they did a pretty good job tonight.
Yeah, they really did, and that's kind of what you're going to expect is this team to evolve when they get some players back in the lineup and when Coach Conaway, Coach Redding have a chance to continue to work with some freshmen who you can already tell through the course of this year and over the course of the next several years are going to become very, very familiar names to everybody around the area.
They absolutely are. Let's take a quick break on the Abel's postgame show. We come back, we'll see if we can find some other scores from around the area this evening. Again, it was a win tonight for Louisiana over Van Far, 67-38. Your Abel's postgame show continues here on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs is still Mid-America Auto and Towing. They perform state inspections, run diagnostics, and specialize in brake repair. They do everything from preventative maintenance to engine repair and more. Mid-America will also guarantee the lowest prices on tires. Stop in, browse their pre-owned vehicles, and make sure to ask about their senior citizen and military discounts. Financing is available. To get a sneak peek of their inventory, visit MidAmericaAutoandTowing.com. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green.
It's time again for your annual mammogram, and Pike County Memorial Hospital is here for you. Now, state-of-the-art 3D mammography is closer to you than ever before. Receive the highest quality mammograms and bone density scans from our certified technologist right here in Pike County. Plus, your records and former scans can easily be transferred to us so we can keep everything up to date. It's state-of-the-art technology and the quality care you can count on right in your own backyard. For more information, go to pcmh-mo.org.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Pike County Mutual offers home auto discounts simply by placing your auto insurance through one of several auto companies that Pike County Farmers Mutual represent, and your home with Pike County Mutual. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, Buddy Bibb, or Kathy Gamm at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Come home, insure with Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green. You'll be glad you did.
High School Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pike County Mutual Insurance, Brown's Processing, and Bank of Louisiana.
Well, we wrapped up this one tonight again. Louisiana gets the win over Van Far, 67-38. The only other score we have to pass along at this time, the Clopton Lady Hawks got the win over Hannibal tonight, 29-18. Of course, a little bit later this evening, we'll have a full recap of scores on the scoreboard page at kjfmradio.com. Plus, we'll have it during Eagle 102 Sports tomorrow morning.
And thank you, of course, to the folks at Monroe City. Everybody's doing their best to be hospitable. Every opportunity that they have with the tournaments and dealing with some of the extenuating circumstances as well.
All right, we're back in action here on Eagle 102 Tuesday night as the Louisiana Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs will host Bowling Green. Until then, thank you to Brendan at the station for running the board. For Gordon Sanders, Jenny Lee Gambino, I'm Marion Everhart. You've been listening to Area High School Basketball on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.